So today we'll be dealing with the image element. The image element helps us to add an image to a HTML document. And what does the image element, how do we form the image element? We form the image element using the word img. So if I say write an image element, I believe everybody in the class should know how to write an image element by now. So the image element is written with the word img, that stands for short form of image. And sorry, my Visual Studio Code is coming up, so I'll be doing it while we're going. And just as the name implies, it's used to write, to upload, attach images to websites. This is a typical element with the opening and the closing tag, as we did in the last class. So this is a P element. So if you want to write an image element, all I need to do is to replace the character. All you're replacing is a character. The whole elements are written with the same syntax, apart from those of them that are self-closing elements that we've also talked about. But basically, this is the general syntax to write an element in HTML. This is the general syntax to write an image in HTML. So if I say write the image element, and the image element is written with the word img, all you are doing is replacing the character. Instead of p, we just put img. So for that, now let me open what we're working with. And by now, I believe everybody knows how to install Visual Studio Code and work with it, and why we are using Visual Studio Code, right? Hello, I said by now everybody knows how to install Visual Studio Code and work with it, right? Mr. Chinedu Harry, I think the noise is coming from the background. Can you mute your mic, please? Can we all hear me? Hello?
I can hear you.
Yes, I can.
Okay, because I asked a question, I was not getting any response. That's why I asked that question. I said by now we all know how to install Visual Studio Code, right?
Yes, please. I know I have mine.
Okay. All right, so this is how you write the image elements. Typical way of writing our elements. But you remember we said something about, okay, no, let me just continue like this first. Guys. Okay, I have one already. Okay, this is how you write your image elements. And the image element has two important attributes. Please note it down. The image element has two important attributes. As I said before, the image element is used to display images on our pages. Now, it has two important attributes, and these attributes are actually what they actually are responsible for displaying the image. The first attribute is the source attribute. If I say source attributes, please, somebody should help me. What is an attribute and where do we write attributes? Or where do we write attributes? So if I say add a source attribute to this image element, where am I supposed to write it? Just unmute your mic and answer if you know the answer.
Hello. Okay. You add the source attribute inside of the opening tag of the image element.
That's perfect. That's perfect. We add the source attribute in the opening tag of the image elements this way. And this is how we write, as we know, this is how we write attributes. Now, one rule that you must follow. Okay, I said the image element has two major attributes. Number one, this is the source attribute that we just written. The second attribute is an attribute called the alt attribute. The alt attribute. Now, what do these attributes do? I want to start with the auth attribute before I talk about the source attribute. The auth attribute is used to name the image. You know, sometimes when you open web pages, okay, let me show an example. A cup. When you open your web pages, sometimes you open your, okay, Rejoice is complaining that the line was breaking. Is it still breaking?
It's fair now.
Okay, it's okay now. All right, so when you open some pages, notice that the images don't display. Now, in place of the images, you have some, you have a symbol like this one I just opened. Let's say while designing, you forgot to include the image, or for some reason, because of browser compatibility, because there are some browsers that still have their own setup or network at times, the image is too heavy and it can't be uploaded immediately due to some settings, and for some reason your image is not displaying. What the auth attribute does is to tell the user what is supposed to be there. Just as I added a copy and see a copy displaying there, which means if I intended to upload a copy here as my source image, and for some reason it wasn't shown in the browser, this comes up and tells and shows that, okay, this thing is a copy. So the user knows that what is supposed to be here is a copy. It's a copy. So if I change it to, let's say, a running dog, So it is expected that my image, the image I'm to upload here, is supposed to be the image of a running dog. Exactly. So this is what the alt key does. It shows in the place of the image. Peradventure, the image is not displayed on the website. So the alt key, the wordings or the letters or the value of the alt key is now displayed in place of that image. That is number one function of the alt key. The number two function is, even though the image is displayed, now as I told you, you don't design for just a particular group of persons. You design, there's something called accessibility in design. You design for everybody. You make your design inclusive. Now, there are people who are blind, who can't see, who can't read, but they have a technology using reading words. So when they come across, if you put the alt key, they come across your image. Without them seeing the image, they know what is there because they read it there. They read a running dog. They know that, okay, it will just read like this image, a running dog. So they also, the age, of course, there are websites that have this age that where the edits on the web can be read to these persons. So it reads it as image, a running dog. So you know what is supposed to be there. So those are the two functions. Those are the two major functions of the alt attributes. Now going to the source attribute. The source attribute is now the attribute that holds the path where your image is located. The source attribute is the attribute that holds your path where your image is located. Now, what you're telling the browser is that this image I want to display is found in this location, is found in this address. So how we form that address? That is what we're doing now. Number one rule you must follow is the image you're to display is to be found in the same folder with your index.html document or the document where you are attaching the image. Please note it. The image I'm to display, for instance, if I open this, go to desktop, this is where I have this file, this index.html file. So my image folder or the image itself should be located inside of this file. It will be wrong for me to put my image here and I'm expecting it to be shown. It should be located inside of this file. So I want to get an image now and display it so we all see. Let me look for one image. Yeah. On Splash. Let's see. Please know this now. This is a very good website where you can get images for your design too. So as we learn everything at once on Splash. Let me say a running dog. This you can get an image of a running dog. We have on Splash, we have Pixel. They are very good sites where you can get images. A running dog. Let me get this. Okay, this one is paid. And there are some images that are paid. There are some that are free. Okay. Yeah, let me get this guy. So I've gotten that image. Please note this website now. It's called Unsplash. From here, you could get images for your design. And so what I need to do is to go to that folder. This is the folder where I have my index.html. All I need to do is to come here. And one conventional rule we follow is you create a folder and name your images inside. You can call it img or images. Most times it's called img. The reason is you might have so many images and you don't want everything messed up while working. So you just put your images inside one folder and give them unique names. Like this guy, let me call this guy, this is a happy dog, okay? Let me call this guy, just call it dog, okay? This is a dog. So all I need to do, remember, I created a folder inside the same folder where I have where I have the image. I have the same folder inside where I have my index.html file. I'm displaying the same folder. So all I need to do is I come here and okay. Now, if you see when I added the folder, it displayed here. Just give me a sec, please. Let me. All right, sorry for that break. Okay, so as I said, you get the image and make sure it's found in the same folder where you have your index.html file. Now, all you need to do is to locate this image. And how do we locate this image? After now, we're learning command prompt and how to navigate folders. But for now, what you need to do is once I put / here, I get my image. This is my image folder. This / is saying that this my folder is located in the same address as my index.html. / means it's an address, take it like an address. Let's say you have two people living on the same streets. So your image and your index.html file are on the same level, as you can see. They're on the same level. If I open my folder, if I open the folder here, they're on the same level. But now the image is inside of this guy, inside of the img folder. So this / is saying that since I am on index.html, I'm working on index.html. All it's saying is that, okay, go back to like use /. / is like a common address for the both of them. I'm trying to make it explain it as simple as I can so that we get it. What / is saying is / means the both of you are located in the same directory. Since I'm working on index.html, I'm using / now to go back to the root directory. When I mean the root directory is this my class 3 directory. This / takes me to class 3 directory. So inside class 3 directory, I have two files. I have the img file and this index.html file. So inside that class 3 directory, this / takes me to that directory, the folder. You can call it directory or folder. If I say directory, I still mean folder. Then inside this class 3, I have two elements here. So I now locate them. I locate the img. Then from the img, I can now locate the picture I want to display, which is this guy here, dog.png. Is this clear? If I proceed, is this clear? Is it clear enough?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Any questions?
Lisa, could you go back to the folder where you saved the image? Just show us the folder.
Okay. This folder.
Yes, the place where the image is. Open the IMG folder.
Okay.
Okay, okay. So the name is still dog. Okay.
I just renamed it to dog. I renamed it. I just gave
What
it.
if they must have
Okay.
the same name, right?
No, 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 no.
It must it have the same name as the name on your code?
Okay, okay. That's okay. Let me okay, just give me, let me change this guy to white dog. White dog. Now, this name here, dog, must be the same with this.
Okay.
So I will change this to white dog. But see something, the image is not displaying.
Okay.
The image is not displaying. Now, this is why it's not displaying. Look at what I did here. I wrote white dog. I wrote the name .png, but the image is in JPG.
Okay.
So you must get the exact name, the exact extension for it to display. If I refresh the now. Okay. Just a second. There's the syntax we are not getting right. It's already showing me red here. Can anybody help me find out why this guy is not displaying? Let's look at it very well, but that is part of our job. There's a syntax. We have an error somewhere. Somebody should help me check. Okay, I think I've seen it. Can anybody see my error? Please, let's look. Because that's what we'll be doing. Somebody should help me identify my mistake. Hello, can we hear me? Hello.
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay. Okay. That's it. This VS Code is showing us red here. This means there's an error somewhere. There's a bug somewhere, a mistake somewhere. So I need somebody to help me identify this bug. Just look at my code.
Okay.
Just look very well. Remember that we said something about the HTML structure. Look at the structure of my HTML document. There's something I'm missing. Oh, where are my Bados? I need you. Help me out.
Can I try?
Yes, yes, you can share with us.
Anyway, this is my first time being here, but from the video I watched, I think you didn't close the elements.
Which of them?
Okay, you didn't.
There's an opening, but there's no closing to it.
Which of the elements? Sorry.
You
didn't start with body, sir.
Can you repeat yourself again? So I didn't start with what?
You didn't start with body. You didn't start the opening tag for body.
That's right. I think David, you're very observant. I started it before, but I mistakenly deleted it. So that was why it was showing that red there. That is one to a Visual Studio Code. Okay.
So you can troubleshoot clicking on the pre-tier down there.
Yes. So you see, once there's an error, okay, it's still showing that there's something.
So I did this before and I had to put dimensions of the image.
And we'll come to that. We're trying to fix our error. We still have error.
Okay.
See my error. I have an error in line 10. Who can help me point out the error? Okay, for the sake of time, let me move. This I closed this element and I still closed it here.
And still added the image again. Okay.
Yes, that was my error. So let's see. Hopefully it should display now. Okay. Okay.
Hello, sir.
I can hear you.
Yes. After the screen,
Okay.
that is after the image screen equal sign, then the open inverted commas, then you enter the name without putting that extension dot / you can take it, just write the white dog dot jpg and see if that will display for you. Just put the name of the file, that's white dog dot jpg, and then let's move on like that.
But it's
Let's
not
see.
displaying.
Okay, because I tried that too. And it's giving me
And it displayed.
yes.
Okay, see why it displayed. See why this is located inside the folder. But if I remove it from here and put it here, let's see now. This should work.
Oh,
There's something
that dot / is what I'm even thinking of.
Okay, something.
Wow.
Okay, let me get another. I think I have another image somewhere. I don't know. Now move on. Okay. Let me get.
Screen. Let's wait.
Okay. Okay. Why is it not? Okay. Nobody saw this. I spelled S CR instead of SRC for source. Did anybody notice it?
Okay.
Yeah, that was why it wasn't displaying.
SSRC.
Yes, instead of, I spelled SCR instead of SRC. Can you see my image is displaying now? But this image looks very big. Now back to the question that David asks. Now, because the image is big, I cannot put in height and width inside there as attributes also. Okay, so my image is displaying, but it's looking very big. Let me maximize my screen again so I see it. My image is displaying, but it's looking very big. See my image. This is the image, but it's looking very big, so you can't see everything. So this is the image.
Okay.
But it's looking very big, so I need to make it smaller. So doing that, now there are different ways of making it smaller, but for now, if you want to make it smaller, I just put a height and a width attribute. Let me put 450 pixel. And here put width with the same 450 pixel. And I have my image. Or better still, I can remove the width. I think the height was fine. So are we clear on this now? See, why it wasn't showing before was because instead of the source attribute is SRC, I mistakenly wrote SCR. This is how I wrote it before. So that was why it wasn't displaying before. Do we understand it?
Yes, sir.
So basically, you use your image elements to display your images on the web page. And I said the image element has two major attributes. The first attribute is your source attribute.
Awesome.
The second one is your auth attribute. Your auth attribute. Those are the two major attributes. Then, just like this, my image that I displayed, after displaying the image, I noticed I couldn't, my image was too large and it was covering the whole screen. What did I do? I immediately added a height attribute. So you can actually dimension your image. And in design, our unit of dimension is called pixel. Pixel, please take note of that, pixel. It is spelled P-I-X, it's spelled like this, pixel. And the unit is px. The unit of measurement is pixel, and this is how it's pronounced, and this is the symbol using representing it. So 450 pixel of height shrinked my image because my image was obviously bigger than that height. So there are some images that you add that you don't need to actually add the heights and or the width. Like this one, I didn't add width attributes. In some cases, I might also have to include the width attributes. We also give it a width. Let me say 400 pixel of 40 pixel. 40 pixel is quite small. 400 pixels, sorry. So immediately it will give my image a width. So there are some images that you actually upload and you find out that the height of the image and the width are very okay. So you don't need to add the height and the width attributes. That was why I mentioned that the most important attribute you need to add, that you need to know, is the auth and the source attributes. Because without those ones are without the source attributes, you don't get any image displayed. And without the auth attribute, you also don't get anything shown on, you don't get the name of the element, the image shown on your website, on your site. And peradventure, the image didn't display, just as we had issues before. Instead of putting SRC, I put SCR and it wasn't displaying. But thank God we had this auth guy that was actually tell the user what should be displayed in the place of that image. Like in this case, I can write scrambled egg, something. All right, sorry for that break. Let me continue. So we've basically finished the image elements. Please, I hope we all understand the image elements. This is just all you need to know about the image elements for now. Used to display images. And as I said, there are two important attributes, the source attribute, and I've told us what the source attribute does. So like source attribute actually holds the address to the image you want to display, while the auth attribute holds the name of the image you want to display. It's like auth, it's called alternatively. Alternative, if the image is not displayed, alternatively what should be displayed, and that is what you have there. So the other attributes, the height and the others that maybe you'll be adding as time goes on, are not very important. The height and width comes in if the image is too large and you want to shrink it to a particular size. But those ones can be adjusted with CSS. So that's why they are not considered important attributes for in this case. They can be done with CSS. But before we learn CSS, this is how we handle them for now. Okay, so having said that, any question on that? We are done with the image elements. Any question on that? Please, if I move to something else. Any question on the image elements, please?
No question from me.
All right. All right. So I move to another thing, another element now. Now, have you seen cases where you're on a particular website? Let me open one website, and it has like this website. This is a typical website. It's a Next.js website. Don't worry, very soon we'll get familiar with all these Next.js and what they mean. If I click on this guy, it takes me to either a section of the page. Click on this, another section of the page opens up. Or let me say, okay, or let me say, I want to scroll down to somewhere below, somewhere down in this element, in this page. Instead of scrolling down, I believe most of us have seen websites that as you click, maybe you click contact us, it navigates to the contact us section. You click something, it navigates to that section. I'm trying to see if there is a quick website that can demonstrate it, but I believe you understand what I mean. Like if I click,
Yes, please.
okay.
We do.
So if you click, it goes to one part of the page. If you click, it goes to another part of the page. Those are called links. Now, there are elements using link. Those are called linking between two websites, either between one website and another website, or within your website, or different sections of your website. Or
so there's a message for you on the chat box.
Okay. All right, no problem. Sure, you can. You can. Okay. So now we have three types of links. We create links using anchor elements. Anchor elements. We create links using, yes, anchor elements or anchor tags elements. If I mean elements, I'm trying to say two tags, the opening and the closing tag from some elements. So we create links using the anchor element, and the anchor element is written with the letter A. Letter A. Letter A. Now, the anchor element is written with the letter A. Letter A. Now, there are three major types of links, or there are two major types of links. Okay, three major types of links. There's a link you create between what you're building, where you're navigating, your present website, and another website. Let's say google.com. Maybe your users are browsing and suddenly you want to link them to a document or a page in Google. Those ones are called external links, linking between your page and another page externally. Then there's a link called internal linking. You're linking within your page, just sections within your page, just as I demonstrated that instead of the user having to browse down to look for contact us, all they need to do is to click the contact us link and they'll be taken to that page. Then there's another link that is used to link to emails. So those are the three major functions, the three major areas where you use these anchor tags. And I said where you use links.
What was the third one?
Linking to an email. Like
email, okay.
Yes, email. So let's say a user comes to your website and you want them to drop a message for you. So once they click on that link, it opens their email, the compose section of their email with your email address written on the part that is supposed to be that is to sender. With your email address already configured there, all they need to do is to type their message and send the image, the email. So there are three types of it. I want to see how we can link between these three types. Let me start with the external link for now. Let me start with the external link. So I said we create link using anchor tags. Anchor tags. And anchor tags are written with the letter A. So this A you see are called anchor tags. Anchor spelled A-N-C-O-R. Anchor. Anchor tags. Anchor tags. And they are written with the letter A. Before I continue, how many of us noticed that for the image element, we did not put the closing tag of the image element, but it still worked?
I did.
Okay. So I think I've mentioned it before in one of our classes. I said those elements that do not require you to put their closing tags are called self-closing elements. Hope we still remember.
Yes,
Self-closing elements. They don't require you to. And why don't they require? You could see that in this image element, we did not use anything outside here. So there is no point adding it since we didn't use anything outside. Of course, if you add the closing tag, it will still work. It will still work. Sorry, it's my VS Code setting that's causing this thing. Sorry for that. It's set to just right like this. Okay. So if I still write it like this, it will still work. But if you notice, we didn't write anything between the opening and the closing tag. So for those ones where you don't necessarily need to, they don't work with anything in between them. What their functionality is actually done inside of their opening tags. Those ones you can close them on their own. They are called self-closing elements. So they are closed this way instead of explicitly writing the closing tag of the image element. I just wanted to point that out. So the next one we said, the next thing we'll now move to the anchor elements. I said the anchor elements, it's used to create used to create links between either our page and an external page called the external links, or our page, well, within our page, or from our page to an email address. So let's see how the anchor elements work. The anchor element is created with the letter A. So once I say elements and how it's created, I believe we all know how to write. Please note these elements. There are so many of them, but we are just going to deal with the major ones that we use in every day. As you proceed in this journey, you'll be seeing so many, and I'm sure most of us that did that little assignment, we saw so many while also working, going through the materials, the resources we dropped. So you see so many. So the anchor element is an integral part of it. Now, just like the image element, I said the image element for the image element to work, it needs two major attributes for it to work well. The same thing with the anchor element. The anchor element requires one major attribute to function effectively, and that attribute is called the href attribute. The href attributes. This guy is the anchor elements. Let me call him anchor elements. So this is how it spells. So it needs one attribute to work called the href attributes. It's spelled like this: h and ref attributes. The href attributes. Now, this is the structure of the anchor elements. Let's say I want to link someone to, let me use the YouTube video, the last YouTube video. Don't mind this guy. Mind this guy. Okay, this is the last YouTube video. This is the last YouTube video that uploaded. Okay, let's say I want to link somebody to this YouTube video, and I want to do it here. Now, I said the anchor element requires one major attribute, which is the href. The href now holds the address that you want your user to navigate to. That I just copied that YouTube address. All I need to do is to paste it inside the href. So inside the paste it as a value of the href attributes. So this is that YouTube link I just copied and I pasted it here. Then inside here, between the opening and the closing tag of the anchor elements, I now write, let's say, class 2 video. Class 2 video. Now, if I open my browser, this is what will be displayed. This is where the user is supposed to click. And this holds the address where the user is to navigate to. Remember, this holds where the user will click on, while this one holds where the user will navigate to. This one is not displayed on your site, on your web, as we'll see now. It's not displayed. This is our live preview that we're working with. This is our live preview. Okay, this is our live preview. As we can see, let me go to this guy. Okay, so this is our the live preview we've been working with, and this is the anchor elements. Sorry. Let me just separate. Okay, so these are anchor elements. So as I told you, what is rather displayed is what is between the opening and the closing tag. What is between the opening and the closing tag is rather what is being displayed here. What is between these two tags, the opening and the closing tag, is what is being displayed. That is this class 2 video. This one is not being displayed. But when the user clicks on this, it takes them to this address. So the href attribute holds the address where the user should be navigated to. While between the opening and the closing tag of the anchor elements, you have the where the user is to click, like the don't call it, let's not call it a button now. It's not a button, but just holds the kind of link where the user is to click. Like if I click on these class 2 videos now, see what happens. Immediately it takes me to this YouTube video. Can we see it? Can we see it?
Yes, sir.
So that's how it works. Now another attribute that we can add to this our anchor element is called the target attribute. You see what happened here? When I click on it, it showed on this same page where I have on my the same web page. It's displayed on the same web page. But if I have targets, I can now add another attribute called targets. What target does is it tells it if this user clicks, where do you want your image to be displayed? Where do you want the external link to be displayed? Is it on the same page where you're browsing, or you want it on a separate page? So if I click on blank, it will open it on a new tab. I have so many options. We have blank, we have self, we have blank, we have parent, we have self, we have top. So let's start with blank and see how blank works. So if I click on it, it opens on a separate tab. On a separate tab, I still have my old tab, and it opens immediately on a separate tab. So this is how blank works. Then the next one is, but most of the times, I know we use blank most often, but let's explore self. Let's explore self. If I click on self, I think self is the default setup we had before. Opening on the same, where you, just as the name implies, the same tab where you have where you have your home page or the page you are navigating from. Then we'll have parents. Yes. parents and I think the last one we saw was just a second. The last one was top. I think top displays on, let me see. Okay, this other option, the other options are used like the other options also depends on how your website is being configured. You know, there are some that when you open them, it comes up as like it comes up like an extra window on top of your window and just displays and keeps playing while you're on your main browser. So it depends on how your website is configured. But for now, commonly used is the blank target, blank target. So it opens on a separate tab. So that is all for anchor elements. Now we've done one. This one is linking between our page and an external website or external page. Anything you want to link to. I put a YouTube video here. You can put a Google link here. You can put anything here. So this is how it's being done. Then the second one, the next one I talk about is how to link within our page. But before we do that one, I want us to do how to link from here to an email address, because the second one is a little bit, we have to do some other things before we do that. So I want to see how we can link between our page and maybe an email address. Still go by the same thing. All we are changing is this. Let me show you. All we are changing is the href. All we are changing is the href. Now, instead of to put an address to a website here in the href, we'll now put mail. We put mail to, and we include the address we want the mail to go to. Let me say LHIS. But this is majorly used. You can now write here and say
Contact us.
Contact us, exactly. Contact us. So once the user clicks on this, it opens an option for the user to just email you directly. Contact us. So it's now, because my system is Microsoft system, I know the default email setup for Microsoft is Microsoft Mail, but you can still use it. You can, if my default setup was Gmail, you can see Gmail. I have Gmail. That's Outlook. Sorry, my default setup is Outlook, so it opens the normal Outlook interface for me. But if it were to be Gmail, to open Gmail and it will give you immediately the name, the address of the person you need to send the mail to. That's how it works. So that's for that one. Now, the one I want us to look into in depth is linking between pages. I think we've learned how to link between our page and an external page, and have to link to an email address. So it will immediately, any email address you put here will be the email address that will be linked to. So once the sender clicks on it, it opens an option for the sender to compose email. And in the tool, what will be displayed in the tool is this email address. All the sender needs to do is to write their message and click send, and it comes to this email address. Then, having done that, are we clear on that, please? How to link between pages and how to link between websites and how to link to email address.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. No questions on that. So now I want to look at how to link between our pages. Please, I just want us to pay attention and listen to this part attentively. If you recall, while we're learning, we learned about the list elements. Let me refresh our memory. I know for those who did that exercise, we will not forget that. Please, I need somebody to help me write an unordered list. You can drop it in the chat. I'll paste it and drop here. The first person to drop, I'll copy first correct answer. An unordered list, please. I'm waiting. Thank you. Sharp, 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 sharp. I know this one is something. It's not. It's a. Let me. Should I say it's a. Should I use bees or my people? And I have gurus here already who have gone ahead of us. So somebody should write an ordered list. Okay, I write an ordered list that has whom, about us, and contact us. Sorry, forgot to say that. Whom, about us, and contact us. The list items should be whom, about us, and contact us, or whom, about, and contact. I'm waiting. Oh. Rejoice, David. I believe you people. Not for my hand. Cornelius.
I don't really be following her. Everywhere is just my network has been going off and on. I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
I said somebody should help me write an unordered list that has whom, about us, and contact us.
Oh.
Cornelius, I trust you on this one. Okay, somebody just dropped. Okay. All right, Dave.
Oh, wait, I didn't close those stuff. Wait, hold on.
Okay, I'll just want to paste it, and whatever comes up, see it.
No, wait, just give me 1 second, 1 second.
Okay.
1 second.
Okay. Who is Abba? Who is dropping this one now? Wait, I'm interested in this one. This is not Abba. Abba, not for my hand. Who is this one? Who? Okay, it's showing home email. Don't for my hand. How can you tell us that this is an unordered list? Abba, no, now. You didn't even close the tab. Well,
Try the second one.
Abba. Okay, he says a mistake.
Try the second one, sir. From David.
All right. So this is what Dave gave us. Let's paste it here. Let me paste it here and we'll explain why. Okay, this is what Dave gave us. Okay, and I think it worked. It's correct. It's an unordered list and has whom, about us, and contact us. Work email. I don't know your name. I hope you understand that this thing you posted is not close to a list at all. Okay, you say you can't talk. Okay. This one this one you pasted here is a heading element, H1 heading. It's not a list. So take notes. If you need to refresh your memory, please go back and check.
Please correct the about spelling. I don't know, sorry.
All right, yeah, I'll correct that. Okay. Okay, so now one of the major function of an unordered list is for creating navigation. That's one of the major functions, the major usage of unordered. You use it a lot when it comes to creating navigation. So we've created this whom, about us, and contact us. We want to convert this unordered list to anchor elements so that when we click on them, when we click on this whom, we'll go to a section of our page. When we click on about, we'll go to one section. When we click on contact us, we'll go to another section. Please just follow me. Before I do that, I want to divide my pages into these sections. Before I do that, I want to divide my pages into these sections so it will be easier for me to work on. And how do I do this now? Okay. Okay. You might not understand this section I want to write here. I will just explain it to the chief. Just follow me on it, please. I know we've not done sections, but it's not something challenging. So let me copy. All the codes I wrote, this is my image. I want to put it inside this section. Are we following, please? I just created the section elements and I dropped my image inside the section. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, please, I need somebody else to help me create. Okay. Okay. Somebody should, while I'm doing this, somebody should create a header, create a header for me that says, this is my homepage, and a header and a paragraph. I want you to create a section. Create a header element and a paragraph element, a H1 element and a paragraph element for me. You can write anything, you can write anything in the paragraph element to edit it, don't worry. Please, while I'm doing this, quick.
The header says this what?
A header element that says this is our homepage.
Okay.
And a small paragraph. Please, I hope we are all following. If you're not following, please don't be ashamed. Don't feel as if I speak now, they look as if I'm the dumbest person. They know, please. If you're not following, please call my attention back. It's my job my duty to make sure you understand this thing. If you're not following, please call my attention back. That's why when I ask this question, I want everybody to contribute. Okay. Okay, that's nice. I've seen what yeah, Suka's dropped something that's nice.
Sorry, I didn't close my header. I didn't put the slash in the closing tag.
Okay. I want to create another section here. So let me paste the code you just gave me here. Okay. Was it correct? Okay, so we have this is our homepage here. Okay, so because of time, because our time is fast running, let me just create a P element, which I believe by now we all know how to do. The P element here. Say we look for something. Copy this guy. Copy this guy. Okay. Please, if you're not following, call my attention. So I see I have two sections now. I have this section and I have this section. So I want to create a third section. All I'm doing to create a section, I'm using the section element. That's all I'm doing, nothing more. So this other codes, I will just copy them here and put them inside this section, inside this third section. Okay. Then this my anchor. Let me just wrap it around the H2 elements. H2. And I'll call it contact section. Contact section. So having done that, see I have 3 sections now in my. Now see what the section does for us. Here is nicely separates this thing. So I have this header. The first section starts here, ends here. The second section is just the image, nothing more. Okay, let me give it its title. Let me just call it H2. The image.
I just wrote something there. I don't know. Help me check it out.
Okay.
I wrote something on the chat box. I don't know. Just look at it.
Okay. Go. Okay. Yeah, I think it's correct. It's correct. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right. So I have 3 sections here. I have this section, this section. So basically, I want to show how we can click on this. Now, instead of me coming down and scrolling to this contact us section, I want to click on this and it takes me to the contact us section. And for that, let me duplicate this note I wrote here so that it will be more. That we'll have our sections going down. Okay, so it's fine now. Let me take it down again so it doesn't show. So hope we understand what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make it go down, 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 down.
Yes.
We can properly demonstrate how the navigation works. Okay, so basically this is what we have. These are first the home page section. Now I want to link between these pages. All I need to do is inside this list elements. I told you the unordered list. I have 3 unordered lists here. I have home, I have contact us, I have about us. I have about us, home, about us, and contact us. Now, if I want to, all I need to do is I will wrap these items. Okay, let me start with one. My H, this is my A anchor element. Remember, anchor elements is also used to navigate between pages. So this is my anchor elements. All I need to do is this is my home. This is where I want them to click. Remember, the one we need them to click, we put it between the anchor tags. Can we see what I just did? For now, it doesn't change anything. So between the anchor tags. So I created an anchor element inside the list item and pasted the wordings inside the anchor tag, inside the opening and the closing anchor tag. So I'm doing this so that this anchor element functionality can work on this. Now, the href, I need to now add href, my href attribute. Now, in this case, my href attribute will now be this. Use this pound sign and write home because I want to navigate to my home page. The same thing here, href. Use this pound sign and go to about. This name, you can choose any name you want to choose, but this is the bot. Let me finish. I'll tell you the bot. I can call it, if I don't want to call it contactors, I call it anything, but for semantic reasons, so that it makes sense, it's better you call it the same name and call this one contacts. Now, what I need to now do is in each of this my section, I will now come to this my sections and introduce something called an ID attribute. An ID attribute. We've not done ID attribute. We've not done it, but thank God we're doing it now, so we'll learn it. I introduce an ID attribute. What are IDs? ID are unique names, just as you have an identity. It's the same with ID. No two sections or no two areas of your web must have the same ID. ID is a unique identifier. It tells the browser that this is for this guy. So you can't have this section having the same ID and another section having the same ID. So you give the sections unique ID names. And which ID names do you give them? Now, the names you gave them in this your href, the names you put in your href, that is the name you assign to them, removing the pound sign. So this one, I called it home. So in my ID, the ID attribute value should be home. This one I called home. If I want this one to be about, I'll change this to about. But since I want it to be my home page, my home screen, I called it home. I move to the next section. The same thing. I attach the ID attribute to. And I call this one about. I move to the next one. Okay, let me change it. I am the about section. I am the about section. Okay. So I move to the next one, which is the last section. I called it contact us or contact. I called it contact there. Adding the ID attribute, I called it contact. So having done this, if I now click on each of these links, I'm expected to be taken to those sites. Let's watch and see. If I click on about, you see it brings me to about. Can we see it?
Yes.
If I go up and click home, it takes me to the home. So it shows me this home part. This section shows me this section from here, between here and here. This is the section that I'm navigating to. If I click contacts, contact is not working. Please, why is it not working?
Maybe by naming issue.
Sorry?
Please confirm the name.
Somebody should help me. My contact is not working.
Please scroll up to where you
Okay, here.
edit the href. No, on the code.
Okay. Okay, it said spelling. What spelling? Here. Contacts.
I just supposed to confirm contact us.
Okay. Why is it not working? Look at line 64.
Code and place, section.
Look at line 64.
What's closed?
Your spelling is wrong, sir.
Yeah, the spelling
Your
is.
contact spelling.
So the name here must match what you have here. Even if my contact spelling was wrong, but if I come here, let me say I come here, I just spell contact where I remove the A. In as much as the names rhyme, it will work. It's not the spelling, it's not looking at the spelling, it's looking for the ID, the address. The spelling is wrong, but it's still working. See, it brought us, see the contact section is not much, just 2 lines. It's here. Even if the spelling is wrong, but once the ID, the names are correct. So your ID must match your href value. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So basically, this is how we navigate within our page. This is how we navigate within our page. Please, if there is something, if you don't understand me, please, I need you to understand this, please. If you don't understand it, please call my attention. Are we clear on this? At least this has helped us to cover so many things. At least you now know what is ID and section. Then let me explain this section again. Section is more like a block divider. Just to help you divide your page, group them into paragraphs, not into paragraphs, sorry, into blocks. Because if you notice, this is a paragraph, this is a paragraph, this is a heading. So you can have heading, you can have image, you can have everything in one section. Like if I can decide to put an image here, like this here now, I have a heading and I have an image. They form one section. So sections are like block. They form block components of your web, and they are used to structure both your code and your web page to appear in an orderly manner. Then also used to help the web navigate to the place. Like if I remove sections and put another HTML tag, it will still work. In as much as it is seeing this ID, it will just look for this ID. What it's looking for is this ID attribute alone. So if I remove this ID attribute and put it here, it will come to this part. But what I want them to go to is the whole of this. So what I need to do is to collect everything I want to show in that part of the code and put in a kind of a block called section and navigate to that part. Please, any questions?
Yes, I have a question.
All right, this section will soon be off. I think we have just less than a minute. Okay, but you can log in back and ask your question. And continue. Can continue with your question.
Okay. So I don't know what if the file,
Okay.
you're trying to link between a different file, like as we have for about us, homepage, and contact us. What if there are different files? How do you do that?
Okay, okay. All right. Somebody asked a very important question. Who was that again? Sorry.
Yes.
Who asked that question, please? Let's know if the person is here.
Yeah, I'm here. I did.
Okay. Okay, you said you were saying something.
Okay, I was asking how to link between different files, like
Okay.
the home, the about, and the contact. If they are different files, how do you link them?
Okay. Let's do that. Just a sec. Okay, so hope you can all see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay, let me remove this man. Okay, this is what you were asking. Let's say now this is our page. I want to have another navigation that will take the users to a different page altogether, not within our page, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
All right. Okay, now this is what we'll do. That is linking. Okay, we're still linking within our site, but now what we are doing is that particular page in our site is look it's not in the same display in the same display that we're the display in the current display. Sorry, let me use that word. It's not in the current display. So let's try that. Let me add one more link and call this section careers. Let's say our career section is not here for some reason. I'll call this section careers. So which means if I call it career, I have to now I have to create a new file and call that file career.html. Are we following? So in my career.html, let me see, this is my career section. I have okay, this is my career section. I have my header, call it careers.
I'm sorry, excuse me. This your head, those descriptions and details you put there. Those
Yeah.
are your customized descriptions, right?
Yes, they are not my customized, they are the normal descriptions. We look at for now what we will look at them. I remember I told you when we started, I told you about title for now. We've talked about title, but we look at these ones. Now, these ones are used, I think I mentioned it during our class, that these ones are used for web accessibility. They were used for SEO, that is search engine optimization. They are needed by search engines. So we look at them because they are important to make your website optimal and work very well. Especially when you want to start hosting, you must attach these things to make the website functional. I explained this thing in one of our classes. So we look at them, how to add them and the rest. So all we looked at was the title for now in the head section. We didn't look at this meta and the rest of them. We look at them. Don't worry. Before we finish this HTML class, at least we know why we need them and what they are doing there. Okay, so this is a head and this is my P elements. Let me look for something. Let me copy this guy. I add here as my P elements. Okay, so I have my career section. This is career growth. Now, from the question, who asked that question again, please? What's the name? Lazarus, right?
Suka, yes.
Okay, Suka. Okay. Now we want to link this index.html and this career.html. That's what she's asking. So what we do, we already have a link here called career. But if we click on it, see what happens. If we click on it, it takes us to contact us. The reason is that what we still have as the href value is contact us. So if we need it to take us to our page, just add the career.html. Career.html. So we are giving it an address to link us to. We are giving it an address. We are saying, okay, when we click on you, we are saying, okay, when we click on you, take us to that page. Let's see. Okay. That is used. Let's see what we're not doing well. Okay, sorry. Supposed to be dot career. You know, when we did image, we talked about addresses. So you see why it's important you get the right address. So you're saying these two guys are on the same street. Let me use that word. Sorry, I'm using the word street. They're on the same directory. They're on the same folder. They're in the same folder. Since I'm in this guy, it's like I'm inside this guy. I need to come out to the common folder that has the both of them to locate the careers.html. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So that is what this dot slash means. It means I'm referencing this guy, So now it should work fine. So if we click on careers now, see, we have gone to our career section. Hope this answers your question.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Okay, so I want to ask another question. I'm in the career section. Now I want to go back to the home. What do I need to do? If you understood me very well.
Okay, I think you would have to create another file for home.
Another file.
And then,
okay.
Yes.
I mean, when I mean home, this is
And
my home. This guy is my home.
okay,
Shouldn't
okay,
just go back?
you would, I think you would just do the same thing, but then put the home, as in the tag, the name tag home in the reference.
Okay. Please guide me. What should I do here? What am I to do here? I mean, I'm here now, so you're teaching us.
Okay,
now.
at the end of the career, you click on go back home. Like you generate a reference that leads you to back to the front page.
Okay, can we explain it in code?
All right, please take us to
Okay.
please take us to the other one. The index.
Okay.
Copy the last. Oh, God.
You can write it out in the chat. I want you to learn how to, if the more you write, the more you get used to the syntax and how they work. So you can write
Okay,
it
now
out,
you give
copy
us
it
time.
and paste.
All right, just a little time.
Okay. Suka, you should also attempt it. And every other
Yeah,
person that is on the call, just drop it on the chat. I'll copy and paste.
Okay.
Please, let's all try and attempt it. It's not, when we say attempt, just try. All we are doing is we want to create a link between this career.html and index.html. For now, we have a link between index.html and career.html. So we want to create a link here such that when we click on it, we'll come back to this index.html. So if you follow the same principle we applied here, you should know how to do it. Different, you're quiet today. Jackson. Uzi, you're not saying anything.
It didn't matter.
Hello? Uzi Jackson, you're not saying anything today. Olinius, I hope you're still following. Okay, so inside the career page, under the career heading, type the following code. Okay. Okay. Somebody just said if you try this. Wow, okay. Ah, see this your code you gave me. Work email. This your code you gave me. Get some K Lego. It has some K leg. Then Miss David, you gave me this, and
Try to still work on it.
okay, where am I pasting it?
You could exclude the body. Yeah, within the body, exclude the body part. Just paste the. Well, that's not enough. I'm trying to put the hashtag somewhere.
I should do what? Okay.
Wait, would you try that? Is it going to work without the hashtag home?
Yeah, okay. Where do you want me to put the hashtag? And Suka gave us
Like
this.
after the HTML. If you could
After the
give a little
HTML.
yes.
After the HTML, I should put hashtag where? Yeah.
After index, yes. If you could give a space and write hashtag home, is it okay to write it that way? Anyways, please help us.
Okay, I think we're almost there. Work. Okay, I don't know your name, but you said work email. Okay, you gave us this, but I think we're instead of okay, this is not very correct. Although just you missed some things and you missed some things. But Suka's answer looks like the closest, and David's answer is also fine. So let's try them out. Okay, this is what we're getting. Okay. So this is line 13, home. If we click on this home, from what you gave us, we're supposed to go back to the home. They cannot find home dots. Can you see? Something is not right with our answer. Cannot find it. Cannot find home dot this. This line 13. Something is not very right with the answer. Check very well. Okay. Back to home. Okay. Okay. This is the correct answer. Okay, no, it's not even correct. It's not correct, sorry. It's not correct, sorry. Which file are we supposed to go back to, please? We're supposed to go back to which file? We're supposed to go back to index.html file, not home.html. There's no file here called home.html.
Okay.
So you see, so when we did this, we had to call the file. The file here is career.html. So if we are doing the same thing here, we are calling this file. So all we need to do is instead of using
Can you have double href on the same line?
on the cell, yeah, you can have them to still work.
Okay, could you try this?
This one should work. This line 15 works. This line 15 is correct. I think that was David's answer. It's correct.
Yeah, but how do you take it particularly to the home part? I mean, just come back to the page that has everything.
It takes you to the page that has everything. If you click on it,
okay.
Let's click on this. Okay. Something is not right here too. Let's see. Let's try. What sign is this? Sorry. Is this from your system?
I was writing from Word before pasting.
Oh, okay. I think that is why it's not going back. Assign does not index.html. So this is our home. If we click on it, Did this work? So can we see it work?
Okay,
So all
great.
we need to do is, you don't even, just as you wrote back to home page, you can just write here back to home page. What you write here doesn't really, it's what you write here is, it's you write, you decide what you write here, but at least you write something that makes sense. Just as we wrote before, back to home. All we are saying is that back to the main, but the main page is actually this page. This is where we came from. So we consider that this page our home page. We consider this page our home page. So all we're doing, but always forget this UI, this LI element, most is always wrapped inside, is always wrapped inside UL. This is very important. Always wrap, you know, as I always repeat myself, I always said for this, for performance issues, always follow the, there are rules and syntax you must follow. Always follow it for performance issues. Now when we come to hosting this site, we won't be having issues. We will be used to how to write it correctly. There's a correct way of writing these things, and there's a way of writing that displays but not correct. When it comes to writing pages that you can use as, call them enterprise build, start building enterprise products. When I mean enterprise products that you can sell, you can market, you can use, you start having those issues. Exactly. So if I click go to career, go back to my go and say back to home, or go to home, if I click on it, go back to the page we came from. So this is it for anchor elements. So we've done 3 basic types. How to make, okay.
Now, please, what's really wrong with what I wrote? Is it because of the fact that I wrote from the word?
No, it's this sign. This is not
dot.
This is not the, what is it called? The code sign.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the sign. It was
apostrophe,
correct. It's the
double
sign.
apostrophe.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. It's the sign. The sign. So that sign, that's okay, I think the sign there is for quotation, like making quotes, not the double apostrophe sign, something like that. Okay, so basically the anchor element, we've done anchor elements today, and we saw the 3 major, the function of the anchor elements and how we can link pages, email, and within our page. I want us to stop here for today so that we can digest these things, and hopefully by Monday we'll have more extensive class. So do you have any questions, anything you want to ask? This is the time. The next, I have say 10 minutes or less than that. But questions? Any questions?
The assignments, I didn't know that we had to submit before coming here. I thought maybe we'll bring them here so we'll check out, maybe do correction also in the public like this. Maybe see everybody's code, see the one that is not well optimized, and maybe do corrections. Then
Okay. You know, because of our time, we might not be able to do that here. But what you can do is, what we'll do is, thank God most of us have integrated and are conversant to the Slack channel and how it works. So what we'll do, we'll be dropping them there, and we can drop our code. I'll just copy the code and we'll correct ourselves there on the Slack channel. We'll do that there instead of doing it here.
Okay, sir. I feel the Slack channel is public, and people from batches before us are there. They're just watching everything.
So you don't want them to see.
Yeah, please, can I get your phone number?
Okay.
Hello?
I think yeah, my email address and my phone number on that Slack channel.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's a question I want to ask you. I know when I set up my page, that's in the Visual Studio.
Okay.
You know, the go live. I've tried to click on go live, but it wasn't showing me anything. So I couldn't even proceed, you know, to see whether what I'm doing is coming out fine and all that.
Okay.
And that's where
okay. But you're on the Slack. I know you're on the Slack channel now.
Yes.
Okay, see what you do. Just private chat me on the Slack channel. You can actually chat somebody privately.
Okay.
Okay.
What's your I don't know your name now. What's your name on the channel? How do I?
Okay, I will drop something there so you see it. I will drop something there, you see it immediately. You see
Okay,
you
okay.
see, yeah, you see it immediately. If I don't respond, Engineer Mike will also respond if I don't respond. But we're always active on that channel. What we recommend all of us trying out Slack is, if you know what we are doing, this thing is we are trying to grow, and for those of us who are changing careers, and for those of us who want to grow, we are trying to move towards tech. And this is Slack is what they use. They don't use for WhatsApp. If you get a job now, a remote job, you communicate on Slack. So the earlier you start getting used to it, the better for everybody. So that's what I want us to integrate. Just it's the same way you use your WhatsApp. All you need to do, you enter the workspace. When you enter that workspace, you now enter the workspace. Now has channels. We have the front end, we have the fundamental HTML fundamental, and the CSS channel inside that workspace. So once you're there, communicate there, drop messages there, and you can private chat anybody there. Once you click on the person's icon or the person's image, you can private chat the person. All right, so any other questions? Any other questions?
Nah, from me. Thank you for everything today.
All right. Any other questions from anybody? Okay. I think there are no other questions. Okay, so today we've come to the end of the class today. Thank you very much, and please practice. We'll drop more exercises for us to do. If you have questions, please. If you have questions, please drop on that Slack channel. Okay, so work is saying something. What Slack channel, please? Okay, Slack channel. I think I dropped the Slack channel. Let me see.
Okay, but you're Prince, right?
Yeah.
So sorry, are you Prince?
Yes. Hello?
Are you Prince?
Yes. I said yes.
I said, are you Prince?
Yes, it's Prince.
Okay, because okay, sorry, because I don't really know your name. Okay, no problem. I'm seeing you in the channel already.
My name is Prince. That's my name. So I think I dropped
the
link to the Slack channel. Let me
do
it again.
Mr. Prince.
Okay.
Please, is there any group that could be formed maybe within the Slack channel for us alone so that we can, do our newbie thing together? I feel the Slack channel is the general platform is open for everyone to see, even people beyond us.
I'm not. Do you think is it challenging, or is it you don't feel comfortable dropping your code there?
I'm sure they've done way.
Yeah, but
let's learn together amongst ourselves first before we.
No, it's not a challenge. You know, one thing with this journey, no matter how good you are, there is still something you need to learn. But the CSS front end, the CSS fundamental channel is basically for this class. So I think that one, relatively, most of the persons there are new, and even people who are not
I'm
new.
seeing JavaScript fundamental. I've not seen CSS.
There is HTML and CSS are together. You check, you see HTML and JavaScript. CSS, HTML fundamental, something like that. Yeah. So that is the Slack channel for those who don't have it.
Okay.
Yes, your Slack channel can open on PC. You can download the app on your phone, just like WhatsApp and stuff. All right, so please, I'll be leaving now, and thank you for today's class, and see you on Monday. Please join the Slack channel. Also check the YouTube videos. Subscribe, watch the videos. If you have any questions after watching, you can ask during the class or in the Slack channel. We'll answer. I think I also dropped a book in the Slack channel that you can also read. Uzi asked last time about a book, and I dropped a book there, a material you can also read. And yeah,
Okay.
hope you saw the
Okay.
book, Uzi.
Okay. All right. No, thank you very much.
All right. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too, sir. Thank you.
All right.